Hey beautiful soul, it's Kirstin with Kismet, and I hope that this video finds you in a place of peace and happiness, bliss and joy. It's time once again for our weekly affirmation video, and this week's affirmation is one that I hadn't seen in a long time, but I'm really pumped to share with you. It is, I am open to the power of grace. There it is, a beautiful lake picture that I painted for one of my mentors, so a little shout out to Craig. This is the view from his lake place up here in Minnesota. So I am open to the power of grace. Grace is one of those nebulous terms that has different meaning for different people, and I would love to know what your meaning is of grace. So if you want to share that in the comments below or shoot me an email, I would love to hear it. I'm going to share mine, and then you can see how that applies to your life. For me, grace is twofold. First, it is grace that comes to me from the divine presence in my life. And by that, I define grace as the feeling or the knowing that everything is unfolding for me as it should in this very moment, and that the divine has a plan for me. And if I trust in it, it will be something far greater than I could envision for myself. Secondly, for me, grace is something I give myself. It's an acceptance that I am enough and I'm doing the best I can in the moment with the information I have or based upon how I'm feeling. So those are, for me, slightly interchangeable for what the term grace is. This past couple weeks have been really messy. Messy with car repairs and messy with unexpected expenses and a little bit of relationship things and deadlines for business and just kind of messy. And life is messy. We all feel that way. We're kind of like, oh my gosh, we get into overwhelm and it's kind of like, ugh, what do I do next? What do I do next? What do I do next? And for me this week, apparently I needed to read a book yesterday afternoon. That was my grace I granted myself. I had a number of deadlines. I still am going to meet them, but they weren't super urgent. They were more in the I should be doing instead of I need to be doing. And so I got a new book, and I am a reader. I love to read, and I got sucked in. And 4 hours later, I finished the book. And all I can think of is, wow, I must have needed that. I must have needed that opportunity to shut down my brain. So instead of going to bed that night and beating myself up because I spent 4 hours or wasted 4 hours or lost 4 hours, I chose to approach it from a place of grace, saying I gained some peace. I gained some perspective. I allowed myself a break and not the push, 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 push. And I could grant myself this grace, this acceptance that I'm enough, that I'm doing the best job I can at this moment, knowing that the divine holds me in grace and is helping me each and every day and has a plan for me that if I trust and surrender, again, will be far greater. God's dreams for me are far greater than anything I can envision. So when we are open to grace, things happen in our life that help us untangle the mess. That's part of living, part of our human experience. Share with me, again, what's your definition of grace, or when you have granted yourself a little grace here in the past week. I'd love to hear your comments. You can share them below. This has been a great opportunity for me to connect with you, and I'm so incredibly appreciative of that. This is Kirstin with Kismet, wishing you the most fabulous day and week.